about Leopold's Book Bar Cafe. It's Madison's bookstore for night owls, open till midnight every night. They've got lunch now, and starting next month, dinner next door at their sister restaurant, Fabiola's Spaghetti House and Deli. Leopold's is also perfect for holiday gifts, by the way, with over 5,000 books and hundreds of wines. Head over to Greenbush and stop in at Leopold's. Today on CityCast Madison. Welcome back from Thanksgiving, y'all. Also, shout out to all of you with young kids in your life. Congratulations for successfully wrangling them to be present for another holiday. And if you didn't, congrats simply on surviving. Now that Thanksgiving's passed, kids start to think about what they might get as gifts this holiday. Have you considered prioritizing presents over presents? One Madison online writer says you might consider giving out experiences over material things this season. Aaron Seligman publishes the website Macaroni Kid Madison. He joins us with a roundup of best local holiday gift ideas for the kids in your life. It's Monday, November 27th. I'm Bianca Martin, and here's what Madison's talking about. Aaron, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning indeed. I'm excited to talk some fun, joyous things. The holiday season is upon us. It's a joyous time, especially for kiddos, young and old. You're a dad, so what did your kids love to do when they were really young?
So they're 4 and 7 right now, and I will credit, the movie Frozen with, hey, Elsa and Anna are two girls who play in the snow and aren't afraid of the cold, and my girls have definitely, I think embodied some of that. So, sledding at Olbrich Hill, that kind of stuff in the snow. They also love, once the lake freezes, kind of walking along the shoreline along Monona is pretty fun because you can explore different scenes, and if there's an open patch of ice, you can sort of penguin yourself and slide across, and just kind of just a really cool different perspective on the city and where you are, and you're in nature, but you're also 10 feet from a road kind of thing.
So you just brought up Olbrich Hill. What's that hill like? What's the vibe? Is it intense? What's going on?
So Elver on the west side is pretty epic. It's huge. It is amazing, just the size and scale of it. On the east side, Olbrich there's one kind of steep part on one side, but then it kind of slopes both down and then also gradually as you go down the hill kind of laterally. So the kids who maybe aren't ready for a big steep part, you can literally work your way up to the bigger parts of the hill. So I think that it allows more as kids grow, and if they want to try it on their own, or they want to just do, a 30-yard kind of thing, you can do all parts of that. And the way they've rebuilt it now, it is also a lot safer that there's, it's going to be all grass and not sort of a road at the bottom. And then again, that you can walk right out to the lake once it's frozen and kind of explore along there. And there's a woodsy path along the lake too.
Oh, so there a lot of bang for your non-buck. Because you don't have to pay to go, right?
And you don't have to pay, right? And I also love that it's close to the Garver feed mill in Olbrich Gardens. So if you want to make a whole kind of day adventure, you could go explore the indoor part at Olbrich. You could walk over to Garver, and there's a coffee shop there that has hot chocolate or Ian's Pizza. So you can kind of embellish it in other ways.
Yeah, I feel like it's really key to be able to get hot chocolate. I don't really want to be outside without hot chocolate, so that's a good thing.
Right. It's it's the equivalent of ice cream in the summer, that my kids will pretty much do any activity if there's a promise that ice cream will be had at somewhere along the way. So I remember as a kid, my parents used to try to expose me to cultural things like American Players Theater out in Spring Ridge. This is when I was a little older. And there was a sports bar, which I think recently closed, that Rookies along the way in Black Earth, and it had a wiffle ball baseball field in the back, and it had, burgers and big onion rings, and there was another ice cream shop kind of along the way. And so, okay, I'll be exposed to Shakespeare or some other kind of play, and we get to play wiffle ball and
get onion rings.
Get a big burger with and fries and onion rings. Yeah, and like so the food is a good not a bribe, but a good incentive to kind of enhance the experience.
Yeah. Where's the best ice skating in town?
So I grew up on the east side of Madison, and I am an outdoor purist. Like I would say, Kenny Park, the outdoor lagoon. I know folks, some of the like smaller rinks and the things with the other music and stuff going on right there, but I just love the sort of wide open space. If you're learning to skate, they have the little like carts and things you can hold and push around. But there's also they have the warming shelter there with snacks and stuff. But I just love that you can rent there, and again that there's just like plenty of space. You're not feeling like you're crashing into somebody or somebody who's really good and wants to take off, or there's folks playing hockey. That there's just like enough space for all that. So Tenny and Violet,
Wow.
yeah.
So I haven't been to Tenny Park. I'm embarrassed to say, because there's absolutely no reason. And so I love hearing you say you're an outdoor purist. That really, that's a beautiful thing. But I loved as a kid, like getting out there, and I was never very good. But ice skating was like definitely one of my favorite activities. But Madison, yeah, this is a time of year where there's a lot of opportunity to do things that include lessons, I guess you could say, or like kind of teachings around how to be a good person or that sort of thing. It's a joyous time, and there are different ways to approach the holiday season, right? It's kind of hard to get away from the holiday gift giving extravaganza. Like that is, kids can smell it. It's unavoidable. And there's a lot of different ways you can give gifts. And one way is through experiences. And that's something that you really, tap down on your website. Obviously, giving presents and that sort of thing is a beautiful thing if you can do it, but you also don't have to purchase something to have a gift giving experience.
I think broadly, there is research showing that kids value, and people generally value, experiences more than stuff. Like there's that moment of, ooh, I got that new thing, but in terms of what's going to stick and what's going to be memorable in your life, it's going to be those experiences. So that's sort of the premise. And then personally, it also just sort of tracks with my own perspective that my family's Jewish. I grew up not celebrating Christmas. And so not just because like Hanukkah's 8 days and Hanukkah gets sort of blown into a bigger thing because it happens to usually fall around December, but I never had that sort of this one morning, one moment of like opening tons of presents. And I don't feel like I missed something because of that. I actually feel like I got to appreciate more of the whole season. And I do really like the kind of holiday season. Like you said, people are joyous, they're happy, there's lots of fun events and things. And so rather than that pressure of finding the perfect gift, like to step back and say, hey, wait a minute, if these are things that we like, is eating together, the special foods, the special lights, the special event, let's do more of that. And we don't have to separate that from the gift part. So yeah, so finding a couple of different kinds of experiences to give to folks. And I certainly have some ideas of what that can look like.
Yeah, I definitely want to hear them. We've talked about ice skating and sledding. What other experiences do you have?
Yeah, so I'll get kind of maybe like 3 or 4 categories. I would say one are the just like concrete, it's still a gift you're going to give of, tickets to something, whether it's, if you're into shows, obviously like Overture and Children's Theater of Madison and even a lot of community theaters. So there's shows, there's sports, there's the bigger tickets like Badger football or Bucks games or something, but there's also some of the non-revenue sports at UW. There's the Mallards, there's the Radicals Frisbee, there's the semi-pro soccer and hockey and those things. And a lot of those are really fun for kids because they have fun promotions and entertainment and other things sort of wrapped up in the game. I think there's also tickets or passes to like, there's, we have a great children's museum here in Madison, Sun Prairie and Black Earth also have those. There's a lot of open gym kind of places. There's a YMCA, or I know Grando Learning over at Hilldale do kind of parent night out. Those are fun places. Yeah, there's a lot of great ways to be active. There's bouldering. My kids really love the trampoline parks. There's Sky Zone and Urban Air, and there's a really cool, relatively new one, the Sensory Zone over on the north side has.
Wait. I need more of that because first of all, I've never been to a trampoline park. This is activating my inner child and I want this for every child. And wait, what is this? You said it has visual, can you talk more about that?
They have like a kind of gym and some trampoline stuff, but they also have it's built for kids who are like neurodivergent and kind of all backgrounds and what kids are into. They have a really cool like littler kid play area. They have some other, you can go and like make your own sensory kit or calming jar. They have a lot of fun kind of special events. They also have like a chill space for parents to hang out.
Sold.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. And then the trampoline parks, I mean, they do have, adults. They have like dodgeball on trampolines. They have, but they also do like toddler times on Sunday mornings, and there's other ways you can be active at. We talked about ice skating, but there's also a couple of kind of indoor swimming places if you're missing that kind of summer vibe.
Yeah, what are some of those indoor swimming places?
So one of the ones that, and I don't know if I guess I should say this but I don't want it to be too crowded for myself, is MSCR runs at Lapham Elementary on Friday nights. It's like open family swim. It's a super warm pool, and it's like a couple bucks a person, and you can go. It's from like 4:30 to 7:30, and you drop in, you swim, you splash around.
Yeah, and I saw you wrote about like ideas for lessons. You could give the gift of lessons.
Yeah, so MSCR, the Madison School Rec Department has really affordable classes, and I think their registration opens December 4th. So those are again are fun things because then it's something to look forward to, and some are ones you can do with a kid, and they have some special events. There's also like cooking classes. A lot of the art kind of places will do either special events for a crafting kind of project, like Monroe Street Arts, or there's the Curious Crafter on the east side. And again, they're not that expensive to just pop in and make a cool thing that you get to take home. There's also a lot of our libraries have drop-in art studios and places, and
really,
or even some cooking events where
like a drop-in art studio, like clay or like sort of like watercolors.
Some of it's both. It's things like that. There was like a build your own little lantern-y thing. There's a whole bubbler studio in the lower level, like at the Central Library. I know a couple of them have done just like have maker spaces where you can really kind of go nuts and do your own thing.
Rehearsals for the school play were really coming along.
Bigger smile, Mr. Squirrel?
Until a custodian accidentally threw away the costumes.
Oh no.
Everyone was rattled. Miss Garrity forgot how to play. And the Queen of the Hedgehogs almost quit.
Find a new queen.
But replacement costumes were shipped with FedEx. And with added peace of mind from picture proof of delivery, everyone could focus on the perfect opening night. FedEx, where now meets next. For residential delivery only.
Is there anything you've definitely regretted giving as a gift? And
there's certain like giant balloons or decoration things that like have sort of stuck in our house that were really fun when we first got them, and then the kids don't want to let go of them, but like they're still here. Like I think a big bucket of slime, or making slime or something that like was really fun when they first saw it, and then really messy every other time since.
The glitter effect, like are they like stuck on your walls?
Glitter effect, yeah. Right, that it's stuck, and every once in a while they'll like look around. Oh, we should take that out. I'm like, I know you like it, but the amount of joy you get from it versus the amount of time it will take to prep and clean up from it, it's just not in the same balance as maybe some of their other things or experiences.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good segue to talk about parents, because what would you recommend something special to do for any exhausted parents or friends that need something special?
So one idea would be to like take their kids to a thing, or and again, it doesn't have to be some some really expensive or elaborate thing. I know one of the things as a parent can always be tricky is if you have a thing that's like at a specific time can be great. It can also be tricky sometimes if it's like, getting out the door, getting there on time and figuring out all that. So picking some sort of kind of embellished things of like, hey, we'll take your kids to the indoor winter market for a morning, or we'll take them to the children's museum. For my kids, like they still take baths usually. So on State Street, there's like the soap shop. So pick out a special bath bomb. Also get something nice for the parents to, be a little indulgent there. And so like everybody wins. And then bath night that night is a special treat, even though it wasn't like, or, take the kids with you to go pick out the special bath thing and get something for the parents. There's also a couple of restaurants that I really like that I think that are both like good food and have space for like wiggly kids. So getting them, whether it's a gift card to go there or again, kind of taking the kids there, I think can be fun.
Do any of those restaurants like pop out in your mind?
Sure. So I think Yola's Cafe on the west side has a really nice kind of breakfasty brunch spot. And then they have like a little play area. Same with Madison Sourdough on Willie Street. Java Cat kind of on the northeast side has like a play area and again, really good like food and drinks. The chocolate shop in Fitchburg has like a whole play area with like a pretend ice cream shop. And we went there once with another family and it was like we had a babysitter. Like we sat for an hour having a nice conversation with the other parents and all the kids were just completely occupied playing there.
Those are so many good ideas that you've given us for holiday experiences. Just the idea of giving an experience as a gift is really beautiful. Before we go, can I ask you, like, how do you personally approach helping your kids think about gift giving and caring for others?
So one of the nice things, honestly, about Hanukkah is that because we have sort of 8 nights of it, you can kind of have different like themes for each. So whatever your holiday is, whatever your gift is, like we can say, okay, tonight we're going to give a gift to, you're going to get one for your sister. Tonight, the next night is we're going to do something. We're going to donate to some community organization. The next night is, something else. Like you could do that way and so just pick different categories. But it's also important, like my daughter goes to the preschool at the YMCA and they have like a giving tree where, you pick up a thing and that you're going to give to somebody else and pick out their gifts. And so to just talk about like, hey, isn't it nice that we can get each other things? Can you imagine if we couldn't? Or, how do you feel when you get something? Like, what do you think some other kid would think or want? So recognizing some of the privileges or some of the benefits that you have and being aware that not everybody's in that same situation, I think can be really nice. The last thing I would say is, well, I guess 2 things. One is, taking pictures and things of the experiences, like getting kids, whether it's a journal or we've made like a photo book after the experience can be another fun way to say, hey, you're going to do this thing. And again, the thing itself doesn't have to be super elaborate, but we're going to pick out the special snack and popcorn for that movie night, or we're going to go on this hike and then we're going to make a photo book afterwards with pictures of it. So then like literally you will be able to remember it, or we've picked out this special journal that you're going to get to write in to, share how you felt and what you saw. So I think there's lots of cool ways to kind of really make those experiences special, even if you sort of on paper, they might not seem like the most exotic or elaborate thing. And of course, check out our site when you want to look for something to do.
Erin, this has been so beautiful. I really appreciate you giving us so many good ideas and ways to approach the holiday season.
All right, thank you.
That's Erin Seligman, publisher of the website Macaroni Kid Madison. If you want to check out Erin's gift guide, it's up on his site, and we've got a link in our show notes. And here's what else Madison's talking about. The spirit of giving, because tomorrow is Giving Tuesday, the kickoff of the charitable season. There's a host of Madison area nonprofits and causes that would love any donations. So check out our show notes for a list of orgs. And also on Tuesday at Madison College South, there's a re-entry service fair, a part of the Journey Home Pilot Initiative with United Way of Dane County. The re-entry fair is dedicated to ongoing support for people returning to the community after prison. This fair focuses on treatment and employment and is open to anyone 18 and over who's involved in the criminal justice system. We've got a link for this too in our show notes. That's all for today, here on CityCast Madison. I'm Bianca Martin. If you enjoyed the show, why not share this episode with your favorite grown-up kid? We'll be back tomorrow morning with more stories from around the city. Until then, take care of your inner child. Ciao.